Japan is out here inventing things so wild, so clever, and so unnecessarily advanced that the rest of the world looks like we're still discovering Wi-Fi. Today we're diving into 10 viral Japanese inventions everyone's talking about. The kind of inventions that make you say, why don't we have this? Who forgot to order this for our country? We've got transparent toilets, self-heating lunches, robotic legs, emotional support gadgets, and even a robot covered in actual human skin. Yes, real skin. And yes, we're talking about it. Please like and subscribe if you love Japan, and let's jump in before Japan releases something even stranger tomorrow. Number 1. Transparent toilets. Japan looked at regular public toilets and said, let's make them cleaner and mildly terrifying. These toilets sit in parks looking like glass cubes. You can see everything inside, the toilet, the sink, the whole setup, and your brain immediately goes, I'm absolutely not using that. But here's the trick. They're only transparent before you lock the door. The second that latch clicks, the entire stall turns frosted instantly, like someone hit a blur background on real life. No awkward half see-through moment. Just clear, then you lock, and then it's fully private. Why do this? So people can check if it's clean, if anyone's in there, if it's safe. Because in most countries, opening a public toilet door is a gamble. Japan solved the problem with smart glass. And once the glass frosts, you're more hidden than someone's search history. Meanwhile, you get a spotless, well-lit, drama-free bathroom experience, which honestly feels illegal in most places. It looks bizarre, but after using one, you'll wish every country had them. Public toilets, but without the mystery and fear. Number 2. The robot covered in real human skin. Yes, really. Scientists in Tokyo have officially entered their mad scientist era, because they've wrapped a robot in real human skin. Yes, actual skin cells on a robot. Here's how it works, in the least creepy way possible. They grow sheets of human skin in the lab, like biological wallpaper. Then they glue it onto a robot using collagen, which is basically nature's glue. The skin bends and stretches when the robot moves, so it looks way more realistic than plastic or silicone. And here's the wild part. If the robot gets a cut, researchers can put a special healing gel on it, and the skin heals itself. Not instantly, it's not Wolverine, but it really does start repairing like real human tissue. They're also testing tiny sensors under the skin, so the robot can tell when you poke it, press it, or gently squeeze its cheek. No, it doesn't scream. No, it doesn't feel pain. But the robot does know something touched it. Before you panic, they're not making full human-like androids for your living room. This tech is for things like surgical training models, better prosthetics, and robots that won't crush a tomato when they try to pick it up. Number 3, scan-as-you-go smart shopping carts. Japan looked at supermarket queues and said, no thanks, we're not living like this. So they invented shopping carts with built-in scanners.
One item. One item. One item. One item.
Basically a supermarket version of skip the line energy. Here's how it works. You grab a cart, it has a little screen on it, and every time you put something in, you scan it. Milk? Scan. Rice crackers? Scan. That random snack you definitely didn't need but grabbed anyway? Scan. The cart keeps a running total so you always know how much you're spending, which is great, unless you'd prefer not to know. Then comes the magic part. Instead of lining up behind 12 people and a toddler screaming about bananas, you just roll your cart to a special kiosk. The screen uploads everything you scanned, you tap to pay, and you walk out like a supermarket ninja. No conveyor belt, no arguing about coupons, no unexpected item in the bagging area. Just grab, scan, go. It's so fast and smooth that going back to normal supermarkets feels like stepping into the Stone Age. Japan does grocery shopping the way the rest of us wish we could. Number 4, cool cotton spray for skincare. Leave it to Japan to turn a simple skincare step into a full magic show. This spray comes out as a mist, just like any normal product, and then it suddenly transforms into a cotton pad right in your hand. Not cotton texture, a literal tiny cotton pad you can pick up. You spray the liquid into your palm, and it instantly puffs into a soft little square, like your skincare decided to cosplay as a makeup remover. Then you just take that freshly created cotton pad and wipe it onto your face or anywhere you want to cool, soothe, or refresh. It's the most dramatic way to apply skincare, but also weirdly satisfying. You feel like a wizard making your beauty products materialize out of thin air. And honestly, it works. The pad feels gentle, cool, and way softer than the cheap ones you get in a bulk pack. It's one of those inventions that makes you stare at your hand thinking, why don't we have this everywhere? Very Japan, very unnecessary, very brilliant. Number 5, automatic taxi doors. Japan's taxis have doors that open and close by themselves, which is great if you hate touching door handles or if you enjoy feeling like royalty for 5 seconds. You walk up, the door pops open automatically, and the driver controls everything from the inside like they're piloting a small robot. The rumor, and the one most people repeat, is that these doors were introduced to impress international visitors before the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. Japan wanted to show the world, yes, we have public transport, and yes, it's cooler than yours. Whether that's 100% confirmed or just a long-lived story, it absolutely fits Japan's vibe of going above and beyond for convenience. The real charm is how gentle the whole system is. No slamming, no oops, I shut it too hard. No awkward tug of war with the handle. The driver hits a switch, the door closes perfectly, and you sit there wondering why the rest of the world hasn't caught up. It's such a small invention, but once you use it, you go home and every taxi suddenly feels outdated, like going from a smart home back to a cave. Number 6. Japan's Natural Disaster Experience Centers. Japan doesn't just prepare for disasters. They let you experience one on purpose. All across the country, they have special disaster simulation centers where you can walk in on a normal day and suddenly find yourself in an earthquake, a typhoon, or a smoke-filled escape maze. All completely safe, all totally controlled, and all designed to teach people exactly what to do in an emergency. You sit in a room that looks like a small kitchen, and then the staff say, "Okay, time for the earthquake simulation." And the whole floor shakes like you're inside a washing machine on the fast cycle. Next, they show you how to escape a fire using a smoke maze that forces you to stay low and crawl like a confused crab while alarms blast around you. There are tsunami training sections too, where you learn where to run, how high to go, and how fast a wave can actually move. They even let you try using emergency tools and equipment. So if a real disaster happens, you're not standing there wondering which way is north. It sounds dramatic, but it's surprisingly fun. Like an educational theme park designed by people who are very serious about safety. Locals take school kids there, tourists go for curiosity, and everyone walks out thinking, wow, we were not prepared before this. Only Japan could turn disaster training into something organized, useful, and somehow enjoyable. Number 7. Bionic M's robotic prosthetic leg. Japan didn't just build a prosthetic leg, they built a smart, robotic, almost too smooth prosthetic leg that lets above-knee amputees walk in a way that actually looks and feels natural. It's called Bionic M, and it basically gives the wearer their own built-in assistant knee. Instead of relying on momentum or stiff mechanical joints, this leg uses tiny sensors and electric motors to copy the way real muscles move. It reads your steps, your speed, your balance, and even adjusts how much power you need, so walking feels less like hard work and more like, well, walking. People who try it say the difference is massive. It helps with stairs, uneven ground, long distances, all the stuff traditional prosthetics struggle with. And because it moves so naturally, most people don't even notice it's robotic unless you tell them. The coolest part? This wasn't built by a giant tech company. It was created by a Tokyo University researcher who invented the first prototype for himself after losing a leg in high school. And he decided nobody else should have to struggle the way he did. So he built a better solution, a smarter solution, a very Japan solution, and now it's helping people walk with confidence all over the world. Number 8. The electric salt spoon. Leave it to Japan to invent a spoon that can outsmart your taste buds. This little gadget looks totally normal, until you realize it uses tiny electrical pulses to make your food taste saltier without adding any actual salt. Basically, it's seasoning by electricity. Here's how it works. You take a bite, the spoon sends a gentle, harmless signal to your tongue, and suddenly your low-salt soup tastes like it actually has flavor. Your brain thinks you're getting a salty hit, but your body's like, thanks for keeping my blood pressure alive. It was designed for people who need to cut back on sodium, which, let's be real, is most of us, but still want their food to taste like something. And it's not a gimmick. It genuinely tricks your taste receptors and boosts the salty sensation by up to 1.5 times. The whole thing looks so normal that nobody would guess it's basically a magic wand for your dinner. You could sit at a restaurant casually eating with it, and people would have no idea you're being electrified for flavor enhancement. It's clever, it's bizarre, and it's exactly the kind of invention that makes you say, Japan, thank you. But also, how did we get here? Number 9. Self-heating bento boxes. Japan took the idea of lunch on the go and said, what if your food could literally heat itself without a microwave, without a stove, and without you doing anything except pulling a tiny string? And that's exactly what these self-heating bento boxes do. You open the box, give the little tab a pull, and suddenly it starts steaming like you're holding a tiny restaurant in your hands. Inside the bottom layer is a special heat pack that activates when mixed with water. It reacts, gets hot, and warms your meal in just a few minutes. No fire, no electricity, no drama. Just science doing the absolute most. The best part is how normal it feels in Japan. People use these on trains, at work, during picnics, and especially during emergencies when heating food isn't easy. Meanwhile, anyone from outside Japan sees one for the first time and thinks it's a magic trick. You'll be sitting there holding a perfectly warm meal, wondering why the rest of the world hasn't adopted this. Because honestly, a self-heating lunchbox feels like something the future should have given us already. It's practical, it's clever, and it's peak Japanese innovation. Tiny, tidy, efficient, and somehow still cooler than anything in your kitchen. Number 10. Mixie Romi, the emotional support robot. Japan looked at loneliness and said, okay, let's fix that with something tiny, cute, and slightly too smart. That something is Romi, a small, round, emotional support robot that sits on your desk and talks to you like a tiny digital friend who somehow knows way too much about your day. Romi doesn't just beep or blink. It actually holds conversations, real ones. Ask it a question and it replies in a soft, friendly voice. Tell it how you're feeling and it reacts like it genuinely cares. It remembers things you've told it, recognizes your habits, and even changes its tone depending on your mood. It's basically the world's calmest roommate. It can chat about the weather, remind you of things you said you'd do, tell jokes, keep you company when you're bored, and even do cute little reactions like tilting its head or widening its eyes. It doesn't move around the room. It's more like a tiny emotional cheerleader with Wi-Fi. People use Romi for comfort, for company, for social support, or simply because it's adorable. And honestly, it works. There's something strangely soothing about having a robot that listens without judging and responds without being annoying. It's the perfect example of Japan blending technology with pure wholesomeness, a tiny little companion that just wants you to have a better day. If you want to see more amazing things Japan is doing better than the rest of the world, make sure to watch the video on your end screen. And if you enjoyed this one, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.